Right, sorry if things aren't exactly the same as I ended things, because the game basically crashed there and I had to replay a little bit. So there might be
The portal
minor
is pulling.
differences.
I'm being sucked in.
Suck alright. Yeah, this is different. We're a space game now. To game's credit, this is certainly different. Or it's a repeat of Lance of Lore 2, floating as humanoid shapes. That's probably it. They're recycling the enemies from there.
Wow. This looks like we're on another planet.
I sense activity inside.
Well then, let's go see what we can find in the mountain.
Enemies? Scavengers. These wingless birds are the parasites of the Ruloi world of Chuldarn. Scavengers, they hunt down unprotected Ruloi nests and devour the eggs they find there.
Suits me fine.
They don't appear to be hostile. Right, we are not... Okay, did I miss... Quest. Conquer another portal world. Sample next shard. Crystal 1. Straightforward enough. Mushroom rot. Can be mixed with other substances to create potent items. Although not poisonous, this strange substance has no apparent special properties. Being pushed around by the little bastards. Found some mushroom rot. I think we were given advice, something like there are resurrection pods, something like that. So not to focus too much on certain type of an enemy until you manage to destroy the location that resurrects it. Otherwise you're basically just wasting your time. I seem to recall these being in Lands of Lore 2, basically flying humanoid things that shoot at you. And the environments they lived in was very tough to navigate in. One of the most annoying places in the entire game, actually. Pick a direction and go. Ruloi drones, yeah, I recall these. These flying spellcasters, one thought to be the only Ruloi in existence, are actually the working cast of Ruloi society. Although powerful in their own right, they are the bottom of the food chain in any Ruloi hive. Although drones primarily sense through motion, their simple minds are still confused when in the presence of invisible objects or individuals. Yeah, this is gonna be horseshit. Are these?
That pool smells like acid. Yikes! Those must be eggs in there.
Acid. Eggs.
This.
Spittle.
Attacking these creates protective barriers. I don't think it really has any other point. But it protects itself from the attacks, that's what it is.
Swine.
I'm not quite sure what I'm destroying. But this could be rebirth site for some of the Ruloi. So I don't dare to leave them intact. That is a something. Ruloi warriors. Larger, sleeker versions of the drones, these beings are the combat elite of Ruloi society. Bony plates cover most of their bodies, affording them significant protection during close-range fighting. The weakness of their lesser brethren becomes evident when fighting these otherworldly juggernauts. Far more intelligent than their lesser cousins, Ruloi warriors are not fooled by invisibility. Rainbow Sulfite. I don't actually give a crap. Also picked up hound hearts, quite a few of them. There don't appear to be ultimately useful food sources here. I should be immune to acid. But I'm not sure what I'm doing is a great thing or a totally irrelevant thing. But we'll keep going at it. I don't have anything else to do really at this point. So anyway, the armor feels like a very good purse at this point. It's even more acidy than I expected. I expected enemies to just be acid more or less. Maybe minor environmental dangers. Okay, there's Ruloi here.
You little creep!
But individually they don't seem to be that tough. So fighting them doesn't seem to be problematic.
Spittle. I will seek a hand weapon for your use.
That's it. I can't actually even take one down with range combat. We got some sort of a journal update too. Not leaving anything intact. Don't know how important that is, but I'm gonna assume it's important. Warrior update. Like their lesser brethren, these warriors are immune to the effects of stoning, freeze, lesser poison, greater poison, and magic drain. They too suffer only half damage from magic and ancient magic attacks, and almost no damage at all from light, acid, and stun. Unlike drones, Ruloi warriors are sheathed in bony plating, which gives them a slight resistance against edged, blunt, and impact-based physical attacks. So they're a fairly good fighting unit. Magic is hopelessly inefficient in these situations. I think I'll continue following the river instead of using the doorways or whatever they are. Seems like it's the only advantage I have, and it's provided by my specialty armor, so I'll follow it to the end, see where it goes. I'm being attacked, but I don't do. There we go. Fuckers attack through the doorways. The end? Yep, can't follow the acid river anymore, so we have to go in. Fuck. What am I even looking at?
Victory is ours. We fight soon.
Oh, okay, now I recall. The big thing about fighting these is not the fact that they do damage, it's the fact that they raise those very damaging
I will seek a hand weapon for your use.
energy walls. If you accidentally run into them, you take a massive amount of damage and you die very quickly. So that's the biggest threat you need to avoid. Try not to kill yourself by careless maneuvering. I think I can sort of run away from the energy attack they hit me with. I have to tank it to some extent. Right. Where the hell are they shooting me from?
Use the journal.
What happened to journal? More Ruloi warriors? These don't seem like warriors. Immune blah, 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 blah. Immune the effects of stoning, freeze, lesser poison, greater poison, magic drain. These drones are difficult to defeat in magical combat. They suffer only half damage from magic and ancient magic attacks, and almost no damage at all from light, acid, and stun. Their weakness is their soft flesh, which is susceptible to physical attack. So I suppose you would have to use summoning spells mostly. You have blade spells, I guess, in this game. Those might be sufficient.
We fight soon.
Yeah, if I run, that effect won't affect me. This is definitely where the Ring of Regeneration is very, very valuable. Especially if you're a mage, so you don't have to spend your mana points on healing. You can just take a small break and retreat for temporarily. While sort of impressive looking, there's really nothing you can do here. There's the occasional enemy popping up and then nothing. I do seem to have destroyed their resurrection places, I assume, because no one has really seemed to have respawned yet. Naturally, their resurrection place could be something different. I don't actually recall what they are. But I'm sure we'll stumble upon them sooner or later. Those paths weren't them. I think if you destroy the actual corpse or body, there might be something to loot.
Time for me to dole out some justice.
Yeah, this just is no good. What the fuck is that? Tough as hell. Be running back and forth for a while just to keep the effect from Right, that was surprisingly tough, but I guess it wasn't technically a drone. It looked like a drone, but much tougher than the previous drones. Teleportation system, looks like it at least.
This must be one of their regeneration chambers. Maybe if I smash these, they won't be able to regenerate after we kill them.
Chambers. Must smash the chambers.
Okay, that's good. Literally telling me that this is the thing you were looking for. That's good. I also now have an idea what they look like in the map. I haven't spotted anything like this before. Probably another one there. These small passageways that you see occasionally. So we should more or less ignore these. At least for now. Right. Chambers first. Everything else is secondary. 2 chambers down. Still, I haven't exactly noticed them respawning all that much, so not sure how big of a problem it is. Well, what's the point of killing them if I can't actually kill them? I'm pretty much dead. Right. I had no shields on, really. What's this? You gotta move, gotta move, gotta move. It's acid bath. Not really at risk of dying from it though, but I can't get up easily. Okay. Food storage, I guess. No? Yes. Our system as in the Lands of Lord 2. And now they leave a corpse. No. Yeah. The severed hand of a Ruloi warrior or drone. There must be a key to why you're carrying this thing around. Very useful item. While it was attached to its owner, now it's just a paperweight. I'm assuming there's a security system you have to bypass. Something like that. They are more or less space aliens. Tar crystals. Mandrake root. Pyro pots can be made from those. Right. That's probably a regeneration chamber.
Cyrus must kill you.
Okay, 3rd chamber down. Yeah, this fucker has like thousands of hit points. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I followed the acid pathway somewhere. Hard to see anything. I don't want to throw too much light either. The magic is more useful in using other shield abilities. I need to know the resurrection location. Oh, doesn't seem to be one here. Oh shit.
Why don't you just go ahead and kill yourself? It would save me a lot of time, and I'm in sort of a hurry.
I guess they're warriors, the ones that last for thousands of hit points. At least the weapon I have currently doesn't feel that overpowered anymore. And it still feels strong, but people don't just die when you show it to them. Right. Path is forward. I need to keep an eye out for any deviating line like there. Where the resurrection device is. Be taken out first.
Shocking.
So, right, I think we're doing fairly well. We're making steady progress, not having to struggle too much. We got the general rhythm of what we need to do down fairly well, I think. Ironwood sap and some antidotes. Blood aloe. Brook flounder, again.
I will seek a hand weapon.
Pretty decent stuff, but not really what we are currently looking for. Also, this place is pretty much totally untraversable without some sort of protection from the acid. So, the Thieves Guild armor, there's not really much of a alternative to it that I can see currently. I wonder how the others have to do this. Yeah, you can use the edges here. Move around without having to be in the goddamn acid. Sort of. A little bit. Not really though. Don't really see a small path where resurrection platform could be. That? No? Don't see one. I suppose technically you don't need to take them out though. They just make things easier for you. Silver leaf, lots of it too. What is that? A hound's heart. They don't stack all that well either, so they should be used. There's something I want from the Hound's Heart. Both mimic stones, but I'm not even sure. And summoning stones, maybe. Would require hot bead, water spark leaf, and brook flounder. So I think I'm just gonna start dumping the Hound Hearts. No, if you use them, no, summoning stone that summons items. I wonder. No, has to be the Hound Heart then. When crushed, the heart will create a small localized portal that will release a scattering of various items from the ether. So technically, if you get a good dice roll, I suppose you could get something decent by just using up the heart without any kind of specialty purpose to it. It's better than just dumping them somewhere.
Monster.
A monster, this monster. Holy shit.
Hello? Oh, excuse me.
Wait! Please, help me.
Who put you in there?
Those creatures. The Ruloi. I guess they derive a power from our femininity or something. They're weird.
Aren't you one of those barbarian women from the White Tower? I'm not really interested in falling into one of your traps.
My sisters have been a little crazy and deranged, I'll admit. But it's just me here now, and as you can see, I have no traps for you.
Okay. I'll think about getting you out of there.
The sooner the better, if you don't mind.
You sort of need a... Yeah, this... alien hand do the trick. Do I have it? I don't think it's an item like this. It would be an essential item then. Right. So I can't choose when to use it. Need to leave a marker. Prison.
The law requires that I warn you. My body is a trained and deadly weapon.
Ah, shit. Really matter what I do as long as I don't stop moving at fast speed.
Taste steel.
Nice.
I clearly missed some turrets. Death blow. Has to be more resurrection sites. Ooh, there's probably one.
Oh, so that's the way it's going to be, huh?
Can't go there now. Sure, just keep running for a while. go there. This looks something of a special place.
Why don't you just go ahead and kill yourself? It would save me a lot of time, and I'm in sort of a hurry.
Right, this was probably their final one because it was protected better than the rest. So you can destroy most of them, but you can't get rid of all of them no matter what, unless you get the hand first, then they get access to the restricted sections. Right. But this doesn't really allow us to go to prison yet. To be fair though, I haven't actually completed everything here, so... You need to go right and go to the end of the hall.
Oh, so you want to play rough?
Yeah, I
For
can
me
take
to
a
dole
guess
out
what
some
has
justice.
been happening all the goddamn Ruloi.
Victory is ours.
Okay, one less again. Fighter is certainly getting level ups out of this. Probably would have be the worst idea in the world to let the magic recharge a little bit. Another protected resurrection spot here, very likely. Right.
Use the journal.
Okay. What is this? Assuming it's a trap of sorts. I just go back at any moment. Yeah, there's a minor area there that I haven't visited, so I'd like to wrap that up. I will also mark the teleporter here. Right.
Boy, now I wish I had packed a lunch.
Okay. I need some sort of specialty component or piece to unlock the prisoners. I'm assuming there's a leader of a sort. He has an item or a body part I can get rid of. I suppose. Can I just bash these? It's not good enough. Yep. There's some sort of a thingamajig. Seems empty, but who the hell knows? That's probably the last one, since I got a journal notification. Destroy any regeneration devices found here. Oh, no more regeneration. Not sure how big of a difference it makes in our lives, but can't be a bad thing. There's the 2 prisons and the teleporter that I can still go. Maybe something at the start of the level might still be there. I'm not sure if I explored that thoroughly. More importantly, I haven't... Where's the enemy? I haven't actually found any decent items out of this. Just some components. So I don't want to leave this place until I do find something. There we go.
The law requires that I warn you.
They're not resurrecting
My body
anymore.
is a trained and deadly weapon.
When was this opened up?
Ugh.
What the
This has
fuck
to be
are
the
they?
head creature here, doesn't it? How do you...
Head creature, Ruloi Collective. This quivering mass is actually formed by many Ruloi joining together in what might be some mysterious mating ritual. The parts expelled from the collective during its life cycle are its main defense, and they possess the same strengths and weaknesses as the whole.
fight something like this?
Swarming.
That's a lot of damage I'm taking. I don't think they can replenish themselves though.
Taste steel.
Also, I should be getting death blows, so they seem to be respawning as far as I can see. Can it even shoot me? I don't think so. So this might be boring as hell, but it'll die eventually. Also, there's a chance of death blows. Although I don't think that chance is all that high.
Time for me to dole out some justice.
spittle.
Big battles of lands of Lord League. I don't have any mana. I think it's slurping me dry. I'm also not really regenerating. Am I that hungry? I guess I am. That's why my mana isn't recovering either. It's interesting to note that regeneration ring stops recovering you if you are hungry. I'll want to put shields on and see if I can do more damage to it. All that amazing here. Okay. So was coming here some sort of a possibility then. I mean, I'm not gonna die here on my own, but it's also clear. Okay, there's. Okay, ooh, right. Conquer another portal world for the Warriors Guild. How do you get out? You have to use the. Yeah, not doing it. Oh, for fuck's sake. At least it goes down fairly quickly and I know more or less what we need to do here, but this does not really solve our issue here. Which is we need to free the prisoner. We need to find some sort of an artifact out of here, and we need to also complete the fighter's quest.
This has to be the head creature here, doesn't it? How do you fight something like this?
Swarming.
Yeah, if I go down there, I'm in big trouble. Probably jump across. And killing it is not the problem, it just takes time to do. How well defended are you against magic?
Don't mess with me, you little creep!
Not that well protected.
Oh, so that's the way it's going to be, huh?
Right, you can probably access it from the other side with a teleport, so there's no point jumping in there. Right, huge success. But we still can't free anyone. I have to think the item we need has to be in here though. Otherwise it gets weird, like really weird. There was a... yeah, the other side probably has another teleport similar to this. That's a trap. Yeah, this is not doing anything to it. Well, surely it's not dead or anything. Right. Be a similar plate here. This is the other side of the creature. That makes sense to me. And you can sandwich it here however you want.
Time for me to dole out some justice.
Well, now we're at a bit of a pickle now. How are we gonna release the prisoner? Shit. I suppose now that the main creature is dead, the release might succeed just by going there or destroying something or whatever. But there aren't that many interactable items here in general. Still, don't know what else to try. There aren't that many options left. Clearly this something. It's I recognize that. It's one of the white shards. Yeah, probably. There are item storage areas here, so that should contain one. I wonder if the White Tower lock had a similar thing. That it's actually an item I've already seen somewhere. Not impossible, but I can't think of any off the top of my head that it would fit. You need to create a combination item. There should be 4 areas like this, right? So in one of them... I don't recall what it's called. see what Brook Flounder looks like. Nothing special. Doesn't really fit anything. Looking at these items, I don't really see anything that fits either. Yeah, Ice Shard. That's what it looks like in the prison. When the third eye is active, monsters will have difficulty sneaking up behind the player. Consuming a Brook Flounder will cause a third eye to form in the back of the head for a short period of time. I am not interested in that shit. I want to see what it looks like. Lore stones. Could also be that we'll simply have to escape from this place. Come back later. I'm not picking up the god damn. What the hell is it? Shard, mirror shard, until I've been able to rescue the prisoner. Okay, I'm not actually sure that we can get the item. Hello. Not on the mark on the map. This seems interesting enough. There is a Ruloi hand here, so you don't actually have to kill anyone to get it. Just sneak. A lot of rotted meat and dead woman, I guess. Oh, I picked up something. Great Sword Darkstorm. Light is drawn in and swallowed up by this dull black blade. Forged by the enigmatic Ruloi, Darkstorm is a fusion of earthly metals and powerful alien magic. That warrants a lore stone. Darkstorm drains health and mana from opponents at an alarming rate and transfers it to the wielder. Stolen beads of energy that are cast free must come in contact with the wielder if he wishes to receive their power. So basically we slice off health and mana and we can pick it up. It seems like a great self-sustaining weapon. What are the stats? The attack, this is a good protection weapon. 207. 227. Yep, it's good against non-magical attacks, but our biggest problems, well, also increase the regeneration rate. Also summons an Implord. Also has the Lightning Storm chance. So good against melee fighters, but our biggest problems have been magical attacks, magical damage, and the Rift Hounds, which also use some sort of magic attack. So I don't want to get rid of this by any means, but I don't really see the purpose of the Great Axe Blizzard. It seems sort of weak compared to everything else. And the Great Sword Darkstorm seems to be
I will seek a hand weapon
more in
for
line
your
what
use.
we would want. Because we want to very much play in a casual mode. So this should sustain that effort much better. Oh, now it's on the map. That's a fucking miracle I didn't found that. If I hadn't thrown these light spells, I would have never spotted that. There are no ice shards here. So I guess I'll be leaving. Go get an ice shard, maybe 2, there's the other prison after all. And then come back. I suppose technically we could just finish things here. But the thing is, everything seems to nudge forward when I do that. So now I can complete the mage's quest and free the prisoners without any plot relevant things nudging forward. I can't do it with the fighter's guild though. I have to conquer one of these, whatever that ends up meaning. Probably I need to basically get the shard. So the acid river is the only way to get here. I suppose it tests your ability because you need to go into the acid to be able to complete that. So this is more of a test that you can handle it. If you can't handle the journey there, there's no way you can keep it up. Oh no, you didn't. Eyeballs. Scavengers. Nesting in and around acid pools indigenous to their Ruloi homeworld, these avians are immune to their damaging effects. Scavenger eyes. Make sure, okay, throw to use. Make sure not to detonate these orbs too close to your body. Accidents always happen within 10 feet of yourself. A bomb. Static bomb too. What a bomb. Right, it pretty much I came from there.
Scavengers.
Oh shit, scavengers. Yeah, it's a one-way street. I'll get you to this beginning. Okay. Not bad.
Hey! The portal is...
We'll complete the Mage's Guild quest. I want to get the special abilities. Right, and I need the ice thingamajig.
We fight soon.
Don't mess with...
going to create free inventory space. I'm dumping 3 hound's hearts. 4 cluster. Staff of healing. Okay, that's a thing apparently. Dream shard. No! Dream shard looks very close to the item we need. Huh. Well, I'm gonna throw away... No. Yeah, I'm gonna throw away the plate mail breastplate. It's better armor, but it's not drastically better. You can always buy a new one. Type of healing. Okay, very rare. Only the enigmatic Ruloi would be capable of drawing the latent power directly from these shards. Dream shards, however, are still very useful when combined with other substances. Yeah, I'm still going to go and pick the ice crystal because I don't want to make 2 trips. Also, tell me what a healing staff is. When this item is equipped in the melee slot, it reduces mana recovery to 0, but quadruples hit point recovery time. I mean... I'm assuming hit point recovery speed, because time seems to indicate that it takes 4 times longer, while also stopping mana recovery. When joined with the legendary Heart of Sunrise, the wielder of this staff would be almost invulnerable. The staff appears to sap magical energy from the wielder and use it to restore health, so it's you can switch it on and off to restore health quickly. What is Heart of Sunrise? I'm not sure. Right. Snowy thingamajig. No, there's this... Oh, for fuck's sake. Where's the shard? Just these stupid others here. I'll just keep this. I don't recall anything in the volcano world that would require an item from another place. White Tower certainly had one. Where are the shards? They were plentiful here. I just need one. There might have been a chance to buy them from Gladstone, but I know for certainty that I can get them here, and I shouldn't be able to have to work too hard to do it either. Yeah, this is at least one of the places you have them. Right. We have two very shard-like objects, so one of them will work, I'm confident of that. Thing is, what do I dump? Maybe a Metapod. Although they're much rarer than a lot of the other items I have here. Ooh, I have a dagger! Oh, that's wonderful. Knowing what I know now, I would hazard a guess that the Dream Shard is probably the item there isn't actually wants. However, I can't say that for certain. The Ice Shard would be from the same place the woman is from, so in that sense it would fit. But Dream Shard would be the more likely one the Ruloi are actually using. Although I'm not sure where they would get them. But the item description connected it to Ruloi. Any places we didn't visit the last time? I think I went down there. Not sure if I ever visit the upper section. All is the same place. That's the only place I haven't visited. It goes to the same place everything else is going. Right, I don't think there's anything else here. So we'll try to free the prisoners with the ideas we had, after which we will take the shard. Hopefully that'll complete the Fighter's Guild quest too. No, I said I was supposed to go to the Mage's Guild, but I don't think it matters that much. It would be more important if I was actually a mage, but realistically I barely rely on using magic at all. I use shield, so mostly clerical abilities, I guess. So, was it worth it? Yeah, it's definitely shard that has two jagged things to it, so it is either a dream shard or...
Here you go. Now you're free.
Take this for thanks, you stupid man dog.
I should have known! Ugh.
Yeah, maybe I should have known, but... I had to know. Now I know how these things work. I can guess how they work with the barbarian women. Other prison sections seem to be empty. We could also try to create random items from the Hound's Heart. We can get another Dreamstone. I mean, it's likely empty, but I would like to have a confirmation on it. Problem is, it might be very unlikely that we can get a Dream Shard all that easily. Yeah, definitely a Dream Shard thing. It's a good thing to know that this is how they generally work. Need to keep an eye out on the shapes of the items we found. I mean, this is literally all the prison should have in it, so I don't see what they would have inside. There is no prisoner, really. I don't see anything I can interact with in there either. And to have any items. So, could be just a waste of a dream shard. Either way, let's wrap this up. We need to confirm that the Fighters Guild quest gets completed when we do this. Well, I'm gonna go talk to them, make sure. Although, Jekyll might have some plans for us again. Jekyll? Or Jekyll? I don't care. Creepy race.
Jekyll, things are getting really bad out there.
Yes, the poor mortals are suffering.
If you really care so much about the mortals, why don't you help me close these rifts? The corruption's going to ruin all Gladstone if we don't do something soon. Just go outside and look what your broken mirror is doing.
What my mirror has done? No! Look what you have done, Copper. None of the corruption started until you tried to glue the mirror back together. Until you started your little arts and crafts project, all was fine in the lands. It's you, Copper. You had an accident and you lost your soul. Is that sufficient reason to meddle in ancient affairs and endanger your whole world?
We'll see who's meddling, Jekyll.
Yeah, I'd say 2 shards. One is the underworld and one is the one I still can't get access to. It has to be the toughest one. Question is, does it even end there? That sounded like an attack. Probably from the maze fireballs.
Locked.
Did we complete? Yeah, I think we complete the warrior guild quest. I'd like to get those rewards, see what the abilities are.
Time for me to dole out some justice.
We fight soon.
Weaklings.
We fight soon.
A few of them.
Fight
So you want to
soon.
play rough?
Doesn't make much of a difference, they're so weak. Ah, so this is what the weird looking wall here was. Storage of bone golems, really. Old guardians.
Annihilated.
I'll take the long way around. If there's any oddities in the walls besides the one we've already found. The wall looks weird after all. Maybe something gets released from there. Spider Bros? No, I don't want your goddamn spider web.
We fight soon.
It's probably a drastic change again. No? Maybe not drastic change yet, but when we close the next portal we can access the underworld. That's another 2 portals. There should be a significant difference in how this place looks again. The map seems the same as previously. I don't see any notable difference. Lava hasn't progressed any further, neither has any of the other elements.
Smoke them!
Am I hungry? Better take some meat. I do have rations besides the meat, but I don't want to basically have to be totally reliant on just a single item. Or something as important as food.
So that's the way it's going to be, huh?
It's not gonna be a problem until you find a place where there's no real food and you're basically stuck. Right. I'm only going to get to the guilds. Get the progression there. We'll have to go to the keep and all that, but I don't want to mix that into this. There's no telling what will happen and how long it'll take. So, one thing at a time.
Copper, have you finished sampling?
Yes. Yes, I have, as a matter of fact.
If you give me the crystal sampler, I'll tell Dawn. She'd like to speak to you again. Excellent. You're quite the adventurer, aren't you? Go in the back room there. Dawn's waiting for you.
I'll see you later, Sinead.
Be careful, Copper.
Copper, come in. You've been quite busy, I hear.
No kidding.
Thanks for bringing back those samples. They may help our investigations.
Help who? You know, I often get the feeling I'm the only person who's working on the portal problem.
I know. There's a lot of different emergencies right now in Gladstone.
Aren't these leaking portals the largest problem?
You and I may think so, but many of the citizens have other opinions. Some say these strange new creatures are the work of a sorcerer in the Dark Army. Anyway, don't you worry. There are at least a few of us more concerned about closing the portals, and we really appreciate all the work you are doing in that regard. By the way, any sign of your missing soul? Maintaining the ward is quite expensive and difficult, you know.
Not yet. The Draracle said I'd have to close all the portals before I can be reunited anyway.
Well, best of luck then, and we'll be doing all we can from this end. And here, take this as a gift from the Guild. It is a Drake Lord gem, and I'm sure a young magician like yourself will find it useful.
Thank you very much. This is a generous guild.
I have no idea what that is.
If you go inside the keep, watch out for Lord Jaren. He's really got it in for you.
It's not actually an item on the list. At least I don't think so. So how the fuck am I supposed to know what it does? Drake Lord Gem. Okay. This large green gem emits an audible hum when held near the heart. The dragons were the first creation of the ancients, and as such developed a partial resistance to their creators' powers. In addition to affording the wearer a massive increase in overall protection, this relic reduces all damage done ancient magic by half, and also makes him immune to most types of poisons. So this is not a useful description though. Just say immune to poison. Still, I think I'll give it a shot over the stone bracers. 325. We'll see if we start to get poisoned that it doesn't really work. Shard staff. Yep, no idea what that does. A lot of mana pods. Mana. Dagger. Ring of Drakefire. Ring of Reflection. What is that? Jewel Scarab. Okay. Pile of Transfer. Here encircled. I'll take all of these and identify them. Now load. Some inventory space. Right. Scarab. Armlet. Little rings. And then the staff. The expensive stuff. I think I identified everything without need to use lore stones. So I must have had it. It's an ability from the Mages Guild. It must be. Jewel Scarab. When worn, this talisman absorbs half of the damage delivered by ancient magic attacks. I wonder if you can have this and the orb and be immune to ancient magic. Kiran's Circlet. This band conveys protection as if wearing standard plate mail, but cannot be used in conjunction with any other body armor. When placed atop the head, this artifact creates a shimmering suit of ethereal blue plate mail around them. Reflection. When worn, the ring reflects spells back at the caster 50% of the time. The wearer is still affected by the spell normally, so you do get hit, but you also reflect. Anti-magic abilities. Anti-mage abilities. Ring of Drakefire. If worn without the Dragon Scale gauntlets, Dragon Scale armor, and Dragonfire bracers, this ring will turn the spell group Spark into a spell group Fire Spark until the ring is removed. If worn with all of the other dragon items, the player will be able to cast from the Fire Spark group at half the mana cost. Yeah, I haven't really seen Dragonfire or Dragon Scales at all. Maybe in the lava level actually. Now I would have enough protections to survive in the lava. Shard Staff. At close range, the might of this staff is very poor, and yeah, it's a staff. And it is best to retreat until the elemental forces of the weapon can be brought to bear. When activated, the staff fires a tracking shard of ice at a nearby opponent. If forced to fight in melee range, however, it functions as a normal staff. So it's the polar opposite of the fire staff I have. Is that it? So from the looks of it, the Jewel's Scarab might be useful. If we fight against powerful magic users, we might be able to make ourselves immune to ancient magic. Alternatively, it might not do anything extra, so that's hard to test. I'll ignore it for now. Move to the Fighters Guild.
Nice to see you again, Mistress Dawn, but I should be going.
Good luck out there. Come back in a bit, and perhaps I'll have another assignment for you.
Will do. And thanks again for all your help. I'll see you later, Sinead.
A quick look at the spell selection, has it changed?
Welcome to the Talamari Library. You may choose spells here you wish to purchase.
I'm not seeing any obvious new things.
Thank you for visiting the Talamari Library.
I'll look what skills we got after I've gotten the promotion with Fighters Guild 2. There's definitely some identification skill, I think, from the Magus Guild.
So you got a lot of nerve showing up here with your task unfinished, Squirt.
Sorry to disappoint you, Solarian, but I have finished the task you assigned.
Huh. Or so ye say.
I do say. And I also say, what is my next guild assignment?
Well, I guess you better go in the back room there and see Chisara.
Thanks, old pal. You've been swell, really.
Copper, come here. I've got a favor to ask.
Of course. What can I do for you?
Morrison tells me you found a new path to the White Tower.
Yes, it's through one of the portals.
You know I'm from there, the tower. I have an identical twin sister who still lives there. We are avowed enemies, though, and she's tried to kill me every time I've returned for a visit. I've now taken a vow never to return.
I had no idea, and I think, actually, I've killed your sister. Was her name Jacinda by any chance?
That's her. You killed her? Thank you. I would have liked to say goodbye myself by kicking her in the face. Did she suffer, I hope? She really wasn't a very nice person. Anyway, I was sort of hoping you could look around in our former quarters and try and find some old mementos or keepsakes for me.
Well, sure. Where should I look?
If there's anything of my childhood left, it'd be up in the top of the tower. Who knows what's up there, so watch your step.
I saw no way of getting to the top when I was there.
Oh, there's a door. Here, take this medallion. It will open the door for you.
Well, okay, I'll give it a try.
Thanks, Copper. I really appreciate it.
Well, that solved itself. I think we can sacrifice the pig meat for this. Chisara's medallion. Used to unlock the abandoned barracks in the upper level of the White Tower. Okay. Find mementos for Cesara. Find the door that the medallion opens. Why didn't I get any major skill task? Huh. Okay, something new. Rapid strike. Increases weapon recovery time. Surely it decreases the recovery time. Well, I get the idea. Arcane lore. No. Okay, I also learned how to use the marksmanship. It's no, it's the front sniper was the thief ability, but there's a special button for this. You just need to bind it to somewhere it's usable. Marksmanship allows the player to create a moving targeting window in the screen showing a zoomed-in view of the cursor's location. So this is a lesser version of the sniper. It doesn't do anything special once you actually use it. Identify. This knowledge-based skill gives the player additional useful information about items. Mana tap. Drawing power from the environment around him, the wizard mana recovers at an increased rate. Anything other than that? No. It's a fine selection of skills, I suppose. Except the fighter is somewhat rapid strike and yeah, the archery thing, not all that impressive. What do we have here? Field plate mail, gauntlets of might, iron rod, acid sacks, Valkyrie crossbow. I think Valkyrie was basically a fireball crossbow. Bastion shield.
Locked. Locked.
War axe traitor. Obsidian chainmail. Fire shield. Full plate mail. Spiked iron shield. Halberd bastion. Twin bow. A lot of bombs. Plate mail bracers. Stone bracers. Great bow shard. Crescent razor. These are artifacts from the Lands of Lore 2, mainly.
Locked.
Axe of the long arm. Bone great sword. Cat ring. I'm not sure if we see better bows, yet they might be more powerful. Thing is, the big part of why this bow I'm currently using is useful is because it adjusts a little bit to the enemy. I don't think gauntlets of might are gonna be anything useful. I have no idea what iron rod. Okay, I don't actually have to use the stones anymore. Iron rod. When equipped, the iron rod makes the user immune to all types of electrical damage. Yeah, that sounds something we probably should take. Gauntlets of might. When worn, these gauntlets increase the wearer's base might by 25 points. Also, they can wield the legendary Reaver of the Great Orc without penalties. Personal strength of anyone wearing these oversized gauntlets. Okay, Reaver of the Great Orc. Whatever that is. Another gauntlet type. Speed gauntlets.
I will seek a hand weapon for your use.
Okay, let's see what they have to offer. Field plate mail. This armor is most useful against edge or blunt attacks. Use caution when facing foes that employ electrical or fire-based attacks. Valkyrie. This weapon sends a flickering bolt of fire hurling toward your enemies. Valkyrie is very effective against opponents susceptible to fire or heat. The small bolts of fire emitted from this weapon can be used to provide dim illumination in a time of need. But we sort of have a good ranged fire weapon already. I don't want to waste money on another. Bastion Shield. When used with the halberd Bastion, the shield increases its effectiveness by 25%. In addition, it will react to the presence of enemies, thumping with increased frequency in time with their approach. Bastion sprouts stunted iron spikes when enemies come within range. So extra defense, extra attack, I guess. Four-Axe Trader. If coupled with the elusive Bracers of Valor, the wielder is protected from the backlash effect of Trader. The keen edge of the weapon is capable of smashing through any resistance or protection possessed by the target. Striking with this weapon causes damage to both the intended target and the axe wielder, so it ignores resistances. But needs the Bracers of Valor, otherwise you can't really use it. Obsidian Chainmail. The suit of chainmail offers significant protection against magic and most forms of physical attack. Beware opponents capable of piercing attacks, which can more easily penetrate the armor's rings. Fire Shield. The shield conveys significant protection against fire-based attacks by drawing heat out from the offending source. Unfortunately, the wielder's body is not immune to this heat draining effect and is therefore susceptible to cold-based attacks while using the fire shield. Full plate. This armor is most useful against edge or blunt attacks. Use caution when facing foes that employ electrical or fire-based attacks. Bastion. When in the presence of enemies, this weapon sprouts rows of spikes that protect the wielder from enemy attacks. When used in combination with the Bastion shield, this weapon increases its defensive effectiveness. Yeah, it's a good defensive weapon shield combo, but that's not a way to victory. You need to take out enemies quickly. Twin Bow. Bow has no special properties beyond its ability to fire multiple arrows. The shafts it releases do normal piercing damage. Plate-mail bracers. Best non-enchanted bracers. Shard. Upon impact, the shard launched by this bow explodes into fragments of ice that will do cold and piercing damage to all opponents in range. Crescent Razor. Your opponent's protection is reduced to 0 when facing this deadly artifact. This ability combined with its rapid recovery time makes it a formidable weapon. So literally no defense against it. Long Arm. It is best to use caution when using this weapon near corners or other obstructions. If the axe collides with walls or other immovable objects as it is turning, it will fall to the ground. So I think it's a range axe basically. Yeah, but if you use it carelessly, it falls to the ground, so it's very risky to use in that sense. Bone Greatsword. This regenerative blade occasionally sheds shards of bone upon striking. Flying bone chips pierce soft flesh and do additional damage to meaty foes. If this bone blade is chipped, it seems to regenerate until it is whole and unblemished again. These are a lot of nice items, but beyond the razor, I don't think I would ever consider really using them. The armors are another matter entirely. The game seems to throw magic protection items at us currently, so that might be something to focus on. We do have these terrible shields that really serve no purpose. And the armor was only useful because of its anti-acid ability. Heavier armor would be more vulnerable to heat and electrical damage though, so magical protections would be warranted. The armor is standard though, there's nothing special about it. Iron Rod, I think that's a good purchase. Immunity to lightning based attacks. I haven't seen anyone really use lightning, but lightning is something that you basically get hit by it. There's no way to dodge it really. We need to get rid of some of this shit. Bell's fruits have to go. I think fire crystals pretty much have to go. I need to create room. I suppose I could get rid of Staff of Healing. I'll hold on to Stone Bracers until I make sure that the Drake Lord Gem doesn't provide full immunity to all poisons. So I need empty inventory space. I should also use the Quicksilver on something. Doesn't matter, and I need to sell the Great Axe Blizzard. I don't give a shit about it. It's weak compared to the other weapon I've found so far. Yeah, the shield is something we should just outright replace. Fire shield had vulnerability to cold. Bastion shield, yeah, that I'll think about our shield options. I'm not too convinced I like the ones we have. At the same time, cold hasn't been that much of a problem really. Fire has been much bigger of an issue. I'll take the fire shield. I'll just dump the Wellsprout somewhere, I don't need to sell them, but fire crystals we probably should sell. And I'll leave things at that.
Bye, Copper.
We'll have to go and visit the other guild leaders anyway to see if they have new quests for us. Wait. Let's think about this. Why didn't I get the next mission? I only got it for the Fighters Guild. I am on the highest level with the Fighters Guild. So maybe it's enough to make a difference. But I'll go visit the wizards again, sell them the fire crystals, leave it at that. I'll also next time I'll talk to the other guild leaders before leaving for the Frozen World, wrapping that up.
You're ready for a new assignment, Copper.
Finally.
Don't get uppity, Copper. You have certainly had a lot of new experiences lately, and it may seem to you that you're the only person in Gladstone who sees the real danger from these portals, but don't think you know everything.
Excuse me, but sometimes I just can't help being a young punk.
Young brash punks always die more quickly than the old humble dogs. Remember that, Copper.
Well, now you sound just like the Droracle.
Sorry. Be careful, and don't get overconfident, that's all I'm saying.
So, you were saying something about a new assignment?
Yes, I have just discovered that Jeanette is missing. I know she was anxious to explore some of the portal worlds, and I fear she's trapped inside somehow.
Jeanette is missing? I haven't seen her in any of the worlds, but then again, I wasn't looking for her. Any idea which world she might have gone into?
The flying Ruloi and their dreamstones have always fascinated magicians. I bet she's gone to their portal.
Okay, I'll go find her. How could I refuse? If it weren't for you, I'd be dead and soulless. I owe you everything.
Well, I think that's a bit overdramatic. But enough said, and good luck.
Okay, changing plans.
Nice to see you again, Mistress Dawn, but I should be going.
All guilds are giving me the another quest. I might as well get the cleric and thief ones too, for ending. That way we might be able to complete multiple ones or advance them at the same time. We are still going to go to the frozen world next, no matter what.
You know, Copper, I've been watching you for some time now.
What do you mean, like you've been spying on me?
No. In your guild work. I have need of a special favor, and I think you're just the man to do it for me.
Well, okay, Joe.
Here, take this statue. It will supposedly unlock one of the altars in the Dragon City you mentioned.
In the volcano world?
Yes, I think so. I found that statue while rummaging around the guild attic. The tag said it was the key to acquiring a powerful ancient healing device called the Heart of Sunrise. See if you can locate this device. It might just be what we need to repair our damaged world.
Well, I wasn't looking forward to exploring the volcano again, but if you think it'll help, I'll go find this healing device for you.
Thank you, Copper.
We actually have the staff that would work well together.
Gotta go. See you later.
Careful you should be, Copper.
To work well with the healing device. So that's nice. I wonder how random it is, by the way, that we got the healing staff when we used the Hound Hearts. I don't think we got it on the first try, but I can't actually say for certain. So what do we have? We have White Tower, Volcano World. Find a Ned. She's in the prison. She has to be, but we don't have another dream shard to release her. I suppose we can always use the Hound Hearts to get lucky, but I'd like to have something a little bit more certain. Anyway, we're going to be continuing with the guild quests. Depending on how quickly we can do them, we'll do all of them. But if they're more meaty than they seem, then we might have to do them one or two at a time. Anyway, the Thieves Guild should have a task for me. Same as with the others. So you need to complete 2 to get an additional quest. Then 1 additional one on top of that, probably, to complete the next one.
Why don't you just go ahead and kill yourself? It would save me a lot of time.
You've been very patient, Copper. I appreciate that. I have a new task for you. A personal favor for me, really.
How could I refuse?
Orc raiders broke into one of our warehouses by the docks and stole several wagon loads of the food we had stockpiled to help feed the citizens during these troubles. We can gather new food, but no retaliation on our part would set a bad example. If you could find these orcs and deliver a suitably harsh punishment, I would be very appreciative. I'd hate to have the orcs think they can waltz in here anytime they want and take our supplies.
I'll find them, and I'll make them pay with their lives.
I would appreciate the favor very much.
I think I know where their base is. There was an orc camp outside the city a little bit. Punish orc raiders. Use the statue. Cyanid. Nid is trapped in Ruloi world. 5 mementos for Chisara. Statue is used to open the sealed lower temple in the Dragon City beyond the first portal. Right.
Have you been to the woods, Copper? Did you find the raiders?
Sorry, I'll get them.
What's the quickest way to exit the city?
Oh yeah?
Might be this.
You again? Please, buy something.
Ah, maybe. I'll have to see what you've got.
What I've got some of everything. Trouble times. Everybody wants to sell and get out of town.
If your inventory is that good, maybe I will find something I need.
Sure, we'll buy that.
It's not good though. That's the main problem. Yeah, wilderness should be just around the corner here. Gentle cry of the eagle. Oh, you're now shitting me. Right, I'll leave things here.